You might not realize it, but the way you prepare your eggs could be quietly making your bloating worse. For years, I thought my digestion was just slowing with age, until I stopped frying my eggs. Since then, my mornings have felt lighter, my clothes less tight, and my energy. It finally lasts past noon. Bloating isn't always about what you eat. Sometimes it's how you cook it. After 60, your digestion changes. Enzymes decline. Your body handles fats and proteins differently. And when eggs are fried, scrambled hard, or overloaded with extras, they can turn your breakfast into discomfort. But the fix is surprisingly gentle. 1. Why fried eggs? Worsen bloating. After 60. Dr. Evelyn Monroe has seen this pattern too often. Seniors trying their best to eat healthy, but unknowingly choosing the one cooking method that sabotages their digestion, frying. At 67, Harold made himself 2 fried eggs every morning, a habit he picked up from his childhood. The sizzle of butter in the pan felt nostalgic, comforting. But by mid-morning, his belly felt tight, his pants pressed against his waist, and his energy dropped like a stone. What Harold didn't realize is that after 60, the pancreas produces less lipase, the enzyme that breaks down fats. According to a 2020 study from the University of Colorado Digestive Institute, lipase activity can drop by nearly 30% in adults over 60. That means fried eggs, often cooked in butter or oil, are now much harder to break down, leaving fats lingering in the gut and triggering gas and bloating. But the problem isn't just the oil. It's the temperature. When eggs are fried at high heat, especially until crispy or browned, they form compounds called advanced glycation end products, AGES, a type of inflammatory molecule. These AGEs have been linked to gastrointestinal irritation, especially in aging guts with thinner mucosal linings. A 2018 review in Nutrients Journal found that high-age diets were associated with more frequent bloating, distension, and sluggish digestion in older adults. Think of your digestion after 60 like a slow-moving river, gentle, steady, sensitive to what's thrown in. Now, imagine tossing in a big, oily log. It doesn't float easily. It clogs. It disrupts the flow. That's what a fried egg does inside an aging system already short on enzymes. Harold switched from frying to poaching his eggs. Within 3 days, the tightness eased. By the end of the week, he no longer dreaded his mornings. If you're over 60, simply avoiding fried eggs, especially at breakfast, can dramatically ease bloating. Choose lower heat methods like poaching or soft boiling. It's not about giving up eggs. It's about giving your body a way it can receive them. What's your go-to egg style? And how does your belly usually feel an hour later? 2. Omelets. May be harder to digest than you think. Miriam, age 72, loves starting her mornings with a classic vegetable omelet. It felt healthy, loaded with peppers, onions, and cheese. But by late morning, she often felt heavy and sluggish. For years, she blamed aging. In truth, it was the omelet. As we get older, the stomach's ability to break down complex proteins begins to slow, not dramatically, but enough that certain textures become more taxing. Omelets, especially when packed firm with extras, are a perfect example. In a 2019 study from the Mayo Clinic's Division of Gastroenterology, researchers found that older adults digest protein-rich mixed meals 25 to 30% slower than younger people. The more compact and dense the food, the less surface area enzymes have to work on. With omelets, especially if overcooked or folded tightly, the proteins coil and firm up, making them harder to unfold during digestion. Here's a simple way to imagine it. Soft scrambled eggs are like loosely curled ribbon. Enzymes can glide in, break them down easily. But dense omelets, they're like knotted rope. It takes more time, more acid, more enzyme power to unwind and digest. And after 60, that power isn't what it used to be. What makes it trickier is the add-ons. Cheese adds saturated fats. Bell peppers are fibrous and can cause gassiness when not cooked thoroughly. And layering all of it into one heavy pocket first thing in the morning puts a burden on an already slower system. Miriam started switching things up. 2 soft scrambled eggs, veggies on the side, lightly steamed. She chewed slower, sipped warm water with it. Within days, she noticed a lighter gut and more steady energy through lunch. Skip the folded omelet. Go for soft scrambled or poached and separate your veggies, ideally cooked, to help your body absorb more gently. How do you usually prepare your eggs? And have you ever noticed a difference when the texture is softer or simpler? 3. The best egg prep methods for sensitive digestion. At 74, Eleanor had reached a point where she stopped trusting her breakfast. She'd eat her usual eggs, toast, a bit of fruit, and yet felt bloated before the morning even ended. It wasn't the food itself, it was how she cooked it. The aging digestive system is more delicate than we often admit. With less stomach acid and reduced bile flow, especially in the early hours, the body can struggle to break down proteins and fats quickly. That's why certain egg preparations, particularly those that are gentle, moist, and low in temperature, can make a world of difference. Take soft-boiled eggs, for example. They are cooked just enough to set the white while keeping the yolk warm and runny. That runny center preserves valuable enzymes and nutrients, but more importantly, it's easier for your stomach to process. According to a 2021 study published in Frontiers in Nutrition, moist heat cooking methods like poaching and soft boiling result in less protein denaturation and higher nutrient bioavailability, meaning your body has less work to do to access the goodness inside. Poached eggs offer another gentle solution. No added fats, no browned edges, just clean protein suspended in water. It's like wrapping the egg in softness, and your stomach feels that softness too. Now, compare that to a pan-fried egg. Crispy edges, oil saturation, uneven cooking. It's not just harder to digest, it triggers more gastric acid to compensate, often leading to post-meal heaviness. Even soft scrambling works, as long as it's done low and slow. High heat scrambling creates rubbery proteins that require more digestive effort, but a low-temp, gently stirred scramble remains tender, almost creamy, and far easier to process. Eleanor made one small change. She switched to soft-boiled eggs, 2 at a time, paired with lightly cooked spinach and a slice of whole grain toast. Within a week, the bloating that had followed her for years eased. She even started looking forward to breakfast again. If your digestion has been unreliable lately, this might be your next step. Not a diet overhaul, just a different pan, a different pace, and a little kindness in the morning. When was the last time you paused to notice how your breakfast made you feel? Not just full, but comfortable. 4. What to eat with eggs to reduce bloating naturally. David always thought eggs were the problem. Every time he had them for breakfast, his gut felt unsettled by mid-morning. But he never looked at what he ate with the eggs. What you pair with protein matters, especially after 60. As digestion slows with age, and combining eggs with the wrong foods can amplify discomfort, while smart pairings can ease the process and even boost nutrient absorption. Let's start with fiber, but not just any kind. Cooked greens like spinach, Swiss chard, or kale are soft, water-rich, and full of magnesium. This mineral helps relax the muscles in your digestive tract and supports smoother bowel movements. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, 2020, showed that seniors who consumed a magnesium-rich breakfast experienced fewer episodes of bloating and improved gut motility. Then there's ginger. A small slice of fresh ginger root, simmered in hot water or added to scrambled eggs, acts like a digestive wake-up call. It stimulates bile flow, which helps break down fats, especially useful when eating yolks. A 2018 meta-analysis in Food Science and Nutrition confirmed that ginger significantly reduces symptoms of indigestion in adults over 60. Fermented vegetables like kimchi or sauerkraut can also work wonders when served alongside eggs. They introduce beneficial bacteria into your gut, which help regulate digestion and reduce the chance of gas buildup. But just a tablespoon is enough. Too much can be overwhelming, especially early in the day. David began adding a handful of steamed spinach and a spoon of sauerkraut to his soft-boiled eggs. Instead of toast, he swapped in a slice of sweet potato. Within a few mornings, the discomfort was gone. Breakfast stopped being a gamble. It became a moment of calm. If your morning eggs often leave you feeling bloated or sluggish, try shifting the company they keep. Soft vegetables, soothing herbs, and a touch of probiotics can turn the entire experience around. Have you ever noticed how different your body feels after a breakfast with greens compared to one with just toast or nothing at all? 5. How much and how fast? Mindful egg. Eating ritual. Arthur, 69, used to eat breakfast like it was a race. 3 fried eggs, toast stacked high, orange juice gulped in one breath. He'd finish in under 10 minutes, then wonder why his stomach twisted an hour later. What he didn't know is that both how much we eat and how fast we eat it directly influence how well we digest, especially after age 60. As we grow older, the body's gastric emptying rate, how quickly food moves from the stomach into the small intestine, naturally slows down. This means larger, dense meals can linger in the stomach longer, increasing the chance of bloating, reflux, and gas. A clinical trial from the University of Nottingham, 2021, observed that when seniors ate meals over 15 to 20 minutes instead of 8 to 10, their symptoms of indigestion dropped by nearly 40%. Slower eating allowed more saliva production and better enzymatic breakdown, easing the burden on the stomach. And it's not just speed. Quantity matters. Eggs are protein-rich and calorie-dense. While 1 to 2 eggs offer ample nutrients like choline, vitamin D, and lutein, eating 3 or more at once can overwhelm a sensitive system, especially if paired with other heavy foods. There's also the hormonal response. Overeating too quickly causes a spike in ghrelin, the hunger hormone, to shut off too late. That delay often leads to an overfull feeling, and then a crash. Arthur made a change. Just 2 soft scrambled eggs, a few slices of avocado, and warm water with lemon. He ate slowly, seated by the window, no distractions. In 3 days, the tightness in his belly was gone. If you often feel tired or uncomfortable after breakfast, the solution might not be what you eat, but how much and how mindfully you do it. Try this. Serve yourself 1 egg first. Eat it slowly, chew fully, pause, let your body catch up. You may find 1 or 2 eggs are all you need for energy, without the aftermath. And as you reflect, when was the last time you ate a quiet meal, free from rush, just listening to what your body really asked for? Maybe the biggest shift isn't just in the food, it's in how we see the morning table. For years, many of us were told to fear egg yolks. Too much cholesterol, too rich, too heavy. But what if the real weight wasn't in the food, but in the misunderstanding? The truth is, when prepared gently and paired wisely, eggs can offer incredible support, nourishing the brain with choline, calming inflammation with lutein, and supporting muscle repair through complete protein. And yet, it only takes 1 or 2. Eaten with care, timed with calm, and accompanied by real attention. It's not about being perfect. It's about noticing how your body responds, what lightness feels like, what fullness doesn't have to be. Breakfast can be a moment of reset, a ritual of kindness, a quiet rebellion against the rushed mornings and silent discomfort so many seniors carry without ever talking about it. If this resonated with you, not just the food ideas, but the shift in mindset, share this video with someone you care about. A spouse, a friend, a parent. You never know who else has been struggling quietly at the breakfast table. And before you go, what's one small change you'd be open to just trying this week? A new way to cook, a slower pace, or a softer way to begin the day? Let me know in the comments. We're not here to judge. We're here to gently rebuild together.